Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania, adjacent to Yellow Breeches Creek, world-renowned for its fly fishing. Joe Emilio released an article in the Daily Friend today talking about his film Stolen Ground, the story of the Tigerberg Raceway and how the land was stolen and the owner defrauded by, well, corruption. And what else can we say? Racism? Maybe. But Joe Emilio's story is about a question he's asking. His documentary has received 2 international awards and 4 nominations. Very impressive. It's quite an incredible effort. It's received a lot of attention in South Africa from people watching it, from people sharing it and commenting on it. It's a tragic story about how a very famous and successful raceway was overrun and the land stolen and people just occupying it illegally, while the Democratic Alliance took no actions to protect the property owner. But technically he wasn't the owner. The land belonged to the city, but the city did nothing to protect its rights or protect the contract of the gentleman who built the raceway and poured tens of millions of rand into it. A raceway that created jobs and was very successful for those who went to the racetrack. This is something that's needed in an urban area like Cape Town. And it's a tragedy to see that this raceway is gone and lost to illegal squatters. Now, the film, Stolen Ground, is a brilliant effort. I had the privilege of Joe contacting me as he was about to undertake this venture and asked my thoughts and my advice, whether he should go through with it. And I said, it's a story that needs to be told, Joe, and you're in a position to do it, and you're a good storyteller. Do the research and make it happen. And he kept me updated as it went along, and I was incredibly impressed by the effort that Joe did as an investigative journalist. And Joe Emilio did a great job. Now, this film is getting international recognition, but virtually no play in South Africa. None of the film festivals in South Africa will touch it. He submitted it. He paid the application to go to multiple film festivals, and not one has the courtesy to answer, which raises the question, why? Why isn't Stolen Ground getting attention in South Africa at South Africa's film festivals? Could it be that Joe is not brown enough? Maybe. Could it be that the film isn't good enough? Absolutely not. This is a world-class documentary and much better than that garbage CNN put out in advance of the G20 last year about South African refugees and Trump. That was a hit piece. Joe Emilio's film, his documentary, was balanced, it was objective, it was certainly not one-sided, and he sought the facts, and he spoke to the right people, including those in the Cape Town city government and the previous owner of the racetrack, and also to others who knew about the situation. Very balanced, very objective. So that's not the problem. So is he not brown enough? Maybe, I don't know. Is the film not good enough? Absolute poppycock. It's a brilliant film. It's well done. The editing is incredible. I'm quite envious of the editing skills that were involved in that. I need a film editor like the Petsu film crew to edit a lot of my content. So maybe I could put in for an award, but Joe did a fantastic job. So what is the issue here? Well, the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, no South African Film Festival touched this is because Joe Emilio has laid bare the lies of the African National Congress and the Government of National Unity about land theft. Land theft does occur, and it's been going on for many, many years. Most of the 30-plus years the ANC has been in power. And private property has been seized and stolen from people. People have been coerced into selling their property. People have been chased off their land by their family members being murdered or being intimidated. Court cases went against. Fraudulent land claims have gone in and sometimes been awarded to people who had no real basis to claim the land. Land theft is a real thing in South Africa. And the Stolen Ground documentary lays bare the truth of the matter. Land has been stolen from lawful landowners in South Africa. Again, this land didn't belong to the gentleman on the racetrack. It belonged to the city of Cape Town. But he had a contract and he fulfilled his obligation. The city of Cape Town should have evicted these people and protected this man's rights. Because they didn't, many jobs are lost and tens of millions of rand in revenue to that community disappeared. And now it's occupied by squatters. And when you see aerial photography of what was the Tigerberg Raceway, you see the raceway and shacks built right around it. This also exposed the Poppy Act, something else that really has not got much attention, that allows for land thieves to pretend that they occupy your land and have a right to be on it, and you can't kick them off. It costs property owners a fortune to get these squatters off their land. This is a major flaw in South Africa's legal system, and Joe Emilio exposed that. The government of National Unity doesn't want the world to know that it has set up a mechanism for people to easily steal land. That's why this film is not getting play at film festival in South Africa. If more South Africans realized how vulnerable they were, if more South Africans realized how corrupt the system was, if more South Africans realized, black, brown, and white, how dishonest this government is and how it mistreats property owners, there might just be a public outcry, maybe unrest. And this, my friends, is the reason why Joe Emilio's documentary is not appearing in film festivals in South Africa. It's not because he's not brown enough, although that could be the reason. It's not because the film isn't good enough, because it's more than good enough. It's because Joe Emilio has pulled back the plaster on a gaping, festering, pus-infested, gangrenous wound of corruption and lies about land theft in South Africa. So put that in your pipe and smoke it if you're wondering why Joe's film is not getting play. For my part, I'm very grateful that Joe contacted me early in stages when he was going to make this film. We talked about it in person when I was in South Africa, and we discussed it. And I'm glad he went forward with the project. I'm very proud of the effort that Joe has done, and also proud to call him a friend and a fellow independent investigative journalist. He did a bang-up job on this, and he should receive more recognition for this. More people should know about this documentary. More people should go watch Stolen Ground and give this man credit for exposing the fraud that is South Africa's criminal justice and legal system. And to the people that control Cape Town, the Democratic Alliance, I say, shame on you. Shame on you. I don't want to hear excuses about you were hamstrung by the law. You had to enforce the law and protect this property owner's rights, and you failed to do so. And as a consequence, the city of Cape Town is poor. They have less extracurricular activity, and this man has been defrauded of tens of millions of rand. His life's work, all squandered for political expediency. And I say bravo to Joe Emilio, a comedian, an independent journalist, investigative journalist, a dad, and just a good guy. What say you, South Africa? Mzansi from Yellow Breeches Creek here in central Pennsylvania. This is Chris saying cheers.